Clips, clips.
And remember, citizens, always subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well. And 19.95 plus shipping and handling will keep you out of hell. Oh, remember, 1995 will keep you out of hell. As Alex Jones says so. So, what are the dangers, the perils of believing the Truther Industrial Complex, falling into that cult? Now, I don't need to go that long ago until, and this isn't naming and shaming because I'm not going to name anybody, but I was in this situation speaking to somebody, and I think it is beneficial to everybody to share it. So, not too long ago, I'm at one of these protest things with a group of well-meaning folk and all that doing their things, and we're all sitting in the boozer afterwards having a wee drink and a wee gab and stuff. And the long and the short of it, started speaking to this dude, and the dude was down the legalese rabbit hole. So what happened is he was down the legalese rabbit hole. He had a court appointment, a court date. I can't remember what it was for, but it was for something silly. You know, it would have been a revolving door. You would have walked in, fine, slapped the little wrist or whatever, and walked out, right? But unfortunately for him, he was down the legalese rabbit hole at the time, like I had been years before. And I had a court appointment for a pile of shite, right? That I would have walked in and walked out. But because I was tuned to the moon through the Truther Industrial Complex and legalese bullshit, it's just an invitation, you don't need to turn up. It's very true, right? And you can fall and get sucked in with all that rhetoric and then even argue it, man, right? And all that crap, right? But here is the hardcore reality, which I explained to this dude in the pub, which made the colour drain away from his face. You could see him kind of arguing with himself in his head. Because he couldn't argue with me because I'd lived it, you know. Because I'd fell down the rabbit hole, been where he was, I had to spend a month in Barrel for a pile of shite because I didn't turn up at my court date. So I kindly informed him, like, you didn't turn up for your court date? No. Did you inform the court? No. Did you get any good excuse for no doing that? No. I'm just no turning up because it's an invitation. Okay then, mate, here's the reality. You're now on the run. You're a wanted man. Any interactions with the cops and they get your details, you're going directly to jail. So if the cops stop you in the street for throwing a crisp packet down on the floor and get a hold of your details, who you are, you're on the wanted list. So you're going directly to jail. You can turn up to court, you can ask for bail, you won't get it because you've already got a proven track record of not turning up to court, which the sheriffs don't look kindly upon because you've wasted their time, they've wasted the court time. You can argue the minuses of the rights and wrongs and what authority they do and do not have. Here is the reality. They have foot soldiers, organised foot soldiers called the cops. They have a list of wanted people. See, when the cops are sitting twiddling the thumbs, they go and start doing the rounds of last known addresses of people that are technically on the run. Now, I told this guy the story about what happened to me, and because of that, and the charge I had get admonished, it's a charge you get up, it's not even a charge, it's like the fucking sheriff going like that. On you go, no fine, no harm, no foul, right? And that's what would have happened to me if I turned up to my original court date. But because I didn't, I had to spend a month in Barrel, right? I waited in the courtroom, I was expecting to get bail and just, because like, the sheriff looking at my fucking rap sheet like that, nah. This guy ain't a fucking danger to society. My criminal record is pathetic, man. Anyway, I'm no great deal. Anyway, the sheriff would have looked at it and just went like, all right, on your way, bail or whatever. And then the charge would have got admonished in the end anyway. So I explained to this guy who was ball deep, obviously got into all the conspiracy stuff and all that after me and just landed on the legalese thing and was ball deep in the legalese like I had been years and years beforehand, and for my troubles spent a year in Barrel because I was on the run. Not only that, when I was on the run, technically on the run, every time my door went, my arsehole was twitching because it could be the cops. In fact, it was the cops a few times. The way my setup is, man, there were a few times I came out with my lift and the cops are standing at my door. And I'm like, okay, just keep walking and go fucking to the stairwell. Right? So it's no good. It's not a healthy predicament to be in. You know, sitting in your flat, waiting for the door to go, knowing it could be the cops at any time if they have your last known address. So that is the perils of the truther industrial complex. That's what they can do to people's minds. They can take them out of reality and install them in a narrative online, and through the legalese jargon and rabbit holes, you can get people going to jail. Just like the 5G stuff. I don't know if you remember, the truther industrial complex span this as if, oh my god, look, they're trying to cover up the 5G conspiracy because a woman was hearing shit in her head when there wasn't even any 5G masts. She seen a mast, a new telephone mast, which wasn't 5G, and she convinced herself through the power of fucking internet and social media that she was hearing things in her nuts. In her nut. She got locked up. She got admitted thanks to the truther industrial complex. I spent a month in Barrel thanks to the truther industrial complex. That dude I was speaking to who whited in the boozer. You know, I could see him, like, it was just like a casual conversation, you know? And he's starting talking about his crusade and all that, like pure bigging himself up. Yeah, did he turn up for court? Legally, it's just an invitation and all that. I was like, aye, great, mate. Here's the reality. You're a wanted man. The cops are looking for you. They get a hold of you directly to jail. And I don't know the waiting lists now. It could be a month on remand. Who knows? So, welcome to the real world. Away from windy licking narratives created on social media by assholes for fucking crazy agendas that people can't even comprehend. People are quite happy. They accept that the BBC and the mainstream media are lying and manipulating you and all that. Victim, I look like a fucking... The BBC's got a picture of me, Zeke Allen. Could be perceived that way. Tommy Robinson as he came out of court. Thank fuck there was 1,000,001 cameras there. But the BBC printed that for obvious reasons. So that is the danger, the reality of the truther industrial complex and what they can do for you. Not to mention turning mentally vulnerable people's head to fucking mush. They don't give a shite. All they do is want to fucking aggravate you enough to change the political landscape, the political talking points, and at best get you down the polling box voting for fucking Tommy Robinson or fucking UKIP. To move, change the political fucking conversation to a more right-wing perspective. They're not right-wing, they're just right. Fuck off, you lovely-looking fucking mentally deficient fuckers. There, I'm trying to find a replacement for retard. I don't know if I'm quite there yet. And little apples are better than fucking Tesco apples. Tesco apples like fucking biting into a fucking bucket of water. Anyway, I digress. There we have it. That is the dangers of the truther industrial complex. Just some of them. There is many out there. Just be aware of the dangers before you get sucked in and come out the other end fucking either in jail, a loony asylum, fucking running around the streets like your phone's a fucking lightsaber. But look at the state of Charlie Veach and like if he just came out and said I'm Jeremy Beadle, fair dues, but he thinks he's some sort of a fucking documenting shit. He's an agent. He's what was it? A fucking poverty tourist. Goes to fucking slums, films slums, and goes, oh look at it, and then provokes fucking wee cunts G'd up from the on the streets of Manchester. You know, he's and I don't know, man, I liked Beadle's About, but at least Beadle's About didn't pretend he was bouncing about the world changing it. Get it? Got it? Good. Cat cheese. No cats or cheese were used in this film. Only an aardvark at this time. And it was good.
Clips, clips.
And remember, citizens, always subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well. And $19.95 plus shipping and handling will keep you out of hell.